an easy way to manage and calculate your risk while Forex trading. And please remember to hit subscribe to get a heads up as and when I post new videos. One of the most important elements in being a successful Forex trader is managing your risk. And to do that, you should know how to calculate your risk accurately in relation to the size of capital that you're trading with. Okay, simple tool that I always use is babypips.com tools position / position size calculator. This is a fantastic site. There's a lot of really good resources on this site. So the position size calculator that I use, you can see here, just a few fields to fill in, calculate, and it will give you the standard lot size, mini lot size or micro lot size. So let's assume we're working with an account in US dollars. We're trading with US dollars, and let's say we're trading with a $5,000 account size. Risk, I say always, majority of the time I'm risking 0.5% on any one trade that I take. When the markets get a little bit difficult, or if I'm in a bit of a drawdown, I'll reduce my risk down to 0.25% sometime, but most of the time I'm trading with 0.5%, so 0.5% risk. The next field, stop loss in pips. So what I'll do, I'll show you the spreadsheet that I use to calculate this and just keep a track of what I'm doing. This lists out the pairs that I'm trading, the 10 pairs that I trade, and the stops that I place on each of those pairs. So we're looking at the Euro US dollar, 8 pip stop loss. Come back over to this. Stop loss on this is going to be 8 pips. And that's the Euro US dollar. Calculate. And so you can see here, standard lot size is 0.312. So get back over to the spreadsheet. And this one here is 0.32. GU, pound US dollar, is 10 pips. So I can go back over to this, pound US dollar, stop loss is going to be 10 pips on this, everything else remains the same, the account balance, the risk percentage, and calculate that, and you can see that the standard lot size on that is 0.25. Next we've got the Australian dollar US dollar and the New Zealand dollar US dollar. Because they're US dollar pairs and they're trading with the same stop, they're exactly the same, so that will be 0.25. 0.25 for both of those. Okay, we get down here to the US dollar, Canadian dollar, 10 pips. So if we look at that, US dollar, Canadian dollar, it will then ask you the current US dollar, Canadian dollar ask price, because it's working out that Canadian dollar as part of the calculation. So what we need to do is just open another window up and put in there USD CAD, and that will give us the exchange rate, which is 1.31. 1.31. Calculate. Now this is 0.32, or it's 0.327, so I'll round this up. I'll round this up to 0.33. Let's get across to here, 0.33. Then we move on to the Euro Japanese yen. Now that we're moving on to pairs with Japanese yen in them, it's going to ask for the US dollar, Japanese yen ask price. So again, we can go back to this, change CAD to Japanese yen, US dollar, Japanese yen exchange rate. And you can see it's 108.73, 108.73. And click on calculate. Gives us a standard lot size of 0.2718, so we'll just call that 0.27. Now the next pair, US dollar Japanese yen, will be exactly the same with that Japanese yen pair in it. So, and it's the same stop loss that we're taking on that, so that will be 0.27. And all we need to do for these last three pairs, because they're all Japanese yen pairs, all we need to do is change the stop loss. So if we go back to this, change the stop loss to 12, which is the stop that I have on those last three, and calculate that, and that gives us 0.226, so I'll round that up to 0.23. So with the lot sizes equating to risking 0.5% on these pairs that I trade, we get this total lot size of an average lot size of 0.26. And all I've done is that box there, I've put in this formula here, which is equals sum this field to this field divided by 10. So it adds those together and just divides them by 10 to give you an average of what the lot size should be, what your lot size should be to equate to 0.5% risk. I'll just add in here 5,000 is my capital, US dollars, and risk is 0.5%. Let's get over to the MT4 platform and I'll show you how you can put this in as a default so that every time you take a trade, this lot size will be allocated to any trade that you take. Right, so over on the MT4 platform, you can see at the top here, this button here says Tools. Click on that and then click on Options, and that'll open up this window. You need to set this as default. I think that the standard setting is last used. It will bring up the last used. So if you change this to default, and then here, just set in what that lot size was that you've calculated. So you want 0.26. So we'll change that to 0.26 and click OK. So the next thing you need to do is restart the MT4 platform. Reason for that is clicking on there, you'll get that lot size that you've put in as a default, which is fine. But then if you right click here to set a limit, an order, you'll see that the lot size hasn't changed yet. So we need to restart the MT4 platform. And now that we've done that, you'll see any new order will come up with that setting as your lot size, any trade that you take, and also if you're setting any orders, that's set as well. So that's all there is to it, and that's how you manage your risk and put it on the MT4 platform. What I do is I'll wait till the end of each week. So at the end of each week, I'll see whether my account size is down or up, and I'll adjust the lot size accordingly. So every week I'm going through this spreadsheet and filling in these details, and that way I'm trading with 0.5% risk each time I place a trade. Okay, that's all there is to it. If you've got any questions, please fire them across in the comments, or you can email me through my website www.uk2asia.com. Please remember to click subscribe, it does help. If you'd like to find out more about the way that we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, there's details on my website too. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.